One more time for Lindsay Wood. She drove 4 hours. Next up is me. Hold on. All right, so my third book, Fight or Flight, which I am color coordinating myself as. See, baby blue. All right, my third book, Fight or Flight, came out in March, and you know, Matthew said, "Come to my wedding," and I was like, "Okay, I'll come out to Colorado for his wedding." And hey, why not throw a literary event where I can convince people to buy my book? So, you know, I've come from a land far away called Tennessee, and I had to bring these books with me. I've got about 10 of them. They're $20 a piece, 2 for $40. And if you buy a copy, I'll give you a high five. But in all seriousness, again, thanks for being here. I'm going to read. So this book is it sort of started when I was just about 17. Thank you. Stuart, was that you? It started when my first marriage ended when I was here, which most people who were friends with me here were like, "Oh, that was a dark time." And then I went off on this journey and looking for a beautiful woman to marry and her children to raise, and I found her. There she is. So a lot of this book takes place here in Denver and the Mountain West. This poem doesn't. Most of the poems are a page. This poem's 4 or 5. So it doesn't really represent the book very well, but I really like reading it. So I'm going to read it to you. All right. You're going to have to put up with it. All right, this is called The Dying Part. It was Chris who first saw the glowing snake that lazed across the alley between the Save-A-Lot parking lot and the park where our pets went to die. A king snake, Chris believed, at least 6 feet in its dozing length, its chain link of black scales magically aglow. They approached the thing at first with stealth. 7 skinny kids in their swimsuits and scabs, picking at it, at first with sticks, then with the tips of their Payless Jordans and Dions, until, emboldened by stillness, they double-dog dared each other into leaping installed machinery, boys proving they were men to girls proving they weren't afraid of nothing. Day turned to night in that alley. The sun shut down and the moon rose up, the children's faces so brightly lit by snake glow, they looked like cities in the dark. And though he should have seen it coming, the boy flinched when Sam's foot slammed down on the snake's sparkling head, and Tim grabbed hold its writhing tail, and Chris slid open from anus to head to see what that king was made of. What did they find with that? A family of 7 gray mice agleam with an even more powerful light. 1 mouse per child, they fished each glowing body from snake meat and held them like jewels in their hands. Which glowed first, the boy wondered, snake or the mice it ate? And who would believe them or in all of that glow? Like stars, Emma said. Like Jesus, Sam said. Like something from another world, Chris added, as he began to bring his bright blade down again to see what glowed deeper in. That's when, all at once, their mouse eyes opened, and with a blaze of light and a newborn's wail, the mice leapt from their hands to scatter into the green world of the dying part. For some time, those kids just stood there. Chris with knife poised above his irradiating palm, Sam's mouth agape, a streak of what looked like the guts of a firefly smeared across Cassie's shirt, the snake hanging from Tim's grip in black ribbons and blood. What had they witnessed? They wondered, as they washed what glow remains from their hands in the creek that flowed between storm drains, between Highway 40, that bright substance briefly illuminating the dark water with a seam of light that snaked into the mouth of the sewer system. Were those mice resurrected? The boy wondered the rest of the way home and the rest of his life. Or had they merely caught them dreaming when they unzipped that king's belly and gathered them in their hands? The boy has dreamt many times of those glowing mice. He often wakes to floating down a river in the dark, submerged in the glow, fish starting like shooting stars all around him, the body of that snake bobbing in the water before him, which he gathers in his hands and pedals back to the bank and lays it on its back and pulls the sides of its split belly together like stitching a wound, like swaddling a newborn, like jacketing a toddler eager to play in the snow. Then he coos at the snake limp in his arms. Then he gets back in the water. The glow is gone, but it cannot be far. If he swims hard enough with his one free arm, perhaps he can find it again. Keep moving, he tells himself as the undertow builds. Keep moving, he tells himself as he feels the child unraveling in his arms. Keep moving, he tells himself over and over. What else is there to do? Thank you.
I see a lot of light glasses, low glasses. I see glasses that need to be chugged and others to be bought from the bar because, that's how they make their living here. We're going to have 12 minutes. Then come on back. All right, thank you.